Integrity is defined as the choice an individual makes in a total vacuum, a situation where cheating is easy, unobservable, and goes unpunished. To test this, we look at Ramesh, a woodcutter living on the edge of survival. His entire livelihood depended on one piece of equipment, an old iron axe. Without it, he had no way to provide for his family. The environment for our study was perfectly isolated, a dense forest and a deep, fast-moving river, a location entirely devoid of witnesses or oversight. While working near the bank, the catastrophic event occurred. Ramesh's grip slipped, and his only tool plunged into the deep water, reaching a depth where it could not be recovered. This wasn't a minor setback, it was an existential threat. In his world, losing that tool was a direct path to starvation for his dependents. Then, the control environment was disrupted. A river fairy emerged from the depths, presenting Ramesh with a massive opportunity, a pristine, solid golden axe. This is the ultimate stress test of character. When an individual is facing absolute ruin, the logical incentive to lie and claim the higher value asset is at its peak. Ramesh's reaction was immediate. Despite his desperation, he verbally rejected the unearned asset, stating clearly that the gold axe did not belong to him. The test escalated. The fairy returned with a silver axe, another high-value item that could have changed his life. Again, Ramesh rejected it. His behavior was driven by a single mechanic: authentic ownership. He waited until his degraded iron axe was presented before he claimed it as his own. This chart shows how the system responded to that truthfulness. Because the input was verified as accurate, the system didn't just return his original tool, it opened 3 distinct pathways of reward. By sticking to the facts of his situation, Ramesh walked away with a 300% increase in his assets, receiving the gold, silver, and iron tools. In this case, refusing a false claim allowed the subject to bypass years of manual labor, achieving a maximum reward that far exceeded the value of his original work. A second subject, a greedy villager, decided to reverse engineer Ramesh's success. He wanted to see if he could force the same outcome by artificially recreating the crisis. He went to the river and deliberately threw his own axe into the water. He was destroying his own active means of production to simulate a state of desperation. The fairy appeared and presented the same golden stimulus. The conditions were identical to the first experiment. Variable B failed the test instantly. Without hesitating, he claimed the golden axe as his own, despite having no authentic connection to it. When the input is false, the system reaction changes. Instead of unlocking rewards, the deceit triggers a total rejection, and every potential pathway, including the original one, dissolves. The fairy vanished with the gold, and his original iron axe remained at the bottom of the river. By trying to hack the system with a lie, he liquidated his only way to earn a living. The final states of our 2 subjects are starkly different. Variable B is left with nothing, unable to work. Variable A has secured enough wealth to ensure his family's future. This golden axe is a metaphor for any unearned shortcut, like a falsified record or stolen credit. While the shortcut shows an immediate spike in potential value, it lacks the structural support of the truth. Because that shortcut is built on a false claim, it carries a high risk of sudden collapse. As we saw with the second woodcutter, when the lie is exposed, the return doesn't just stop, it plummets into a total loss. In this context, integrity serves as a practical strategy for managing risk. By ensuring his claims always matched the facts, Ramesh avoided the catastrophic loss that his neighbor invited through fabrication. While a lie might offer the illusion of a quick gain, the story of the woodcutter suggests that sticking to the truth is a more resilient path to a stable and lasting outcome.